Hi everyone, my name is Angel Scott, and this is the notebook check for Dr. Massey's mathematics class, methods and materials of math class. So starting off on the first day of school, we did the daily data. She introduced this topic to us, or just this piece of content to us, and this was an example. Several examples for the daily data, which was on August 21st, and we did our first session of number talks on this day as well. We also had an exit slip. So on August 28th, we had another daily data. That's pretty much how all of our mornings start off with daily data. And then it transitioned to taking notes. This is still on the 28th. Took notes. Yes, so after our notes, we learned about the student practice standards, which I have like the full section over here. Right here in the extra page, but Dr. Massey actually gave us this paper to construct different pieces of this so we can understand what it is. Just have a clearer view of the student practice standards, the eight student practice standards. This was also done on the 28th. On that day, we had a number talk section. Then on 9/11, we had daily data. Afterwards, we took notes on the chapter, just learning about the dispositions of a mathematical teacher. We learned about understanding relationships and concepts between what you do. So we learned about the relational understanding, the area models. And on 9/11, we also talked about number talks. So yes, what I was talking about, it was procedural fluency, conceptual understanding, and adaptive reasoning. So afterwards, again, we talked about number talks. And then after that, daily data on the next day, which was September 18th, we took some notes on chapter 3. Then we talked about low-level demand memorization. I think this was briefly talking about Bloom's taxonomy. 9/18 number talks. This is the famous thing, number talks. So then this was 9/18. So then afterwards, I think we didn't have class because of something. So the next day was October 2nd. We had an assignment. We had some vocab, number core, quantity, counting, cardinality, more. Well, the key vocab that I listed is up here. This was an assignment, still on 10-2. Then we talked about the change problems, which is add and subtract, separate, which is take from, and part, whole action, which is having the unknown, having one part of the unknown, and then both parts of the unknown are missing. And I had to create my own problems on 10-2. Then on 10-9, we had daily data as well, but this time we had to create our own whole unknown. Like with the group, we created our own whole unknown problems, both parts unknown, one part unknown. We also talked about basic fact fluency on October 9th. This was diving into chapter 9. Then we talked about, this portion was, what was it? Factors of 3, 3, 6, 9. And it was like 3 times 2 is what? 3 times 2 is 6. Okay, so yes, we talked about that. Place value was emphasized October 9th. Then after place value, it was counting collection. So we did this in a group. My group had paper clips. Yes, paper clips. So my group had paper clips, and then we had to create an array to represent our paper clips. We had to estimate how many that we saw, and I really thought there were like 100 at first, but there were 165. So yes, after doing this part of counting collection, we moved into 100 charts. So yes, we did 100 charts, Then afterwards, we did a number talk, and all this was on October 16th. Then afterwards, we did, this was actually today. So we talked about the standard-based development, and we talked about the different strategies to get kids to count, and we played this activity before we even went into that, close to 100. So you'll have you'll have, what did we have? We had dice. We had dice, and you have to add your dice up to see if they were going to be equal to 100. Then we talked about the 3 types of computational strategies, which was direct modeling, student invented strategies, and we really emphasized that one, but we also went into standard algorithms, which is what we do every day, which are the diagonal 20 plus 40, like adding diagonally instead of horizontally, and letting students create, like not having rules. Well, this is student invented strategy, where students don't really have those necessary parameters of how to add or subtract, and they do it in their head and they come up with the correct answer, but through a different type of practice. But algorithms are, you know, that structured math. So we talked about invented strategies again. This is jump, and this is jump, and then this is bar diagrams. And yes, and this is the introduction to my anchor chart. So in my anchor chart, it is the student invented strategies. I drew a butterfly because I just want to see everything blossom. Yes. So here is my actual anchor chart. There's the student invented strategies, breakaway, which is decomposing the numbers how you see it, instead of, you know, like horizontally, you have them, instead of, what I meant to say earlier was vertically. Instead of having vertically, you have them horizontally. So then you have jumps, which is the number line, and you have bar diagrams, which is pretty much self-explanatory. Yes, that is all I have. Wait, no, that's not all I have. You have this other assignment. If I can, okay, yes. This other assignment. And we were in groups for this, and it was just math games to get students engaged. And this one was very interesting. So basically, it's like 4 times 8 is 32. 4 times 5 is 20. 4 times 2 is 8. Times 10, 40. Times 7, 28. Times 9, 36. But yes, so that concludes. Oh, yes, this was the first thing we did on the first day of class. We had to choose 4 numbers that represented us in some type of way, some type of symbolism, and put your name on it so she could remember our name, even though Dr. Massey already know my name. She, you know, I was kidding. But yes, that concludes my video.